Hello everyone, welcome to the Obelisk Lounge. My name is Justice and I am back with a reading on Leonardo DiCaprio. One of my subscribers suggested a reading on him about a month ago, and so I'm finally getting around to doing it, and I've been anticipating his reading just to see what's gonna come out in it, because he's low-key, high-key, like one of my favorite actors. Like, I really enjoy his body of work. I always have, so I'm really curious to see what all comes out about him. Nothing that any of these people do surprise me, whether they are Hollywood people or even just regular people. Like, nothing anybody does really surprises me, but I'm still curious to see what comes out. So I'm gonna start off with a personality and character analysis on him, like I do all of my people, or all of the people that I do readings on the channel. And then my subscriber, she wanted to know, what is his influence in the industry? Why does he, like, what is his thing around the 25-year-olds? Like, he has a thing where he supposedly doesn't date people over the age of 25, and he dumps them once they turn 25 or something like that. So I'm gonna get into that. She wants to know if he's a good person or if he is a snake. And then this other question that I'm actually interested to see what comes out with that is, trying to read my handwriting. Do the people that win Oscars, do they have to do any funny things to win those Oscars? So let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to start out with his personality and character analysis. And y'all already know these cards right here are very hard to shuffle. So look at this, this gives me a personality / character analysis on Leonardo DiCaprio. I saw the bully card flash through. Interesting. Let's see what actually comes out. 5, 4, 3. Goodness, these cards are always a doozy to shuffle. Okay, personality. Let me do it one more time. Personality and character analysis on Leonardo. Okay. All right, I got the Mediator, Femme Fatale, Networker, Child Orphan, Ancestors Tell Me When to Stop, Queen, the Monk, Nun, the Destroyer, the Child Divine, the Athlete, and the Seeker. Okay. So with the Mediator card, I feel like he is someone who tries to go underneath the table, or not underneath the table, but he likes to fly underneath the radar. He doesn't like to be really out in the spotlight, even though, I mean, he is an A-list person, but he actually does not like being in the spotlight. He's someone that does not like his business out in the streets. He lives a very private life, and so with all of these different rumors and things like that float around about him, and some of those rumors, put those things in the comment section, because the only thing that I really know of when it comes to the rumors is the 25-year-old thing. But even to me, like, that's really not that big of a deal. Like, I don't, like, it's just a thing, just as long as, like, they're not children. But yeah, he doesn't like his business in the streets. He likes to live a very private life, and he lives a very private life because he does have some other, like, ulterior motives when it comes to his lifestyle. The things that it is that he does behind closed doors, he knows that those things are not widely accepted by the public. With the Femme Fatale, he is very calculated. He is a very sharp, very, very smart and calculated person. I'm getting very strong Aquarius and, like, Sagittarius vibes from him. I don't know when his birthday is. I don't look into his birth chart because I don't read birth charts, but I know for sure he has to have, like, some very strong Aquarius and Sagittarius placements in his charts and in his houses that have to deal with, like, knowledge and good fortune and even secrecy and different things like that. He's really good at putting up a mask and showing people what it is that they want to see, but what it is that people see, what it is that we see on the outside is actually not him, is actually not his true self. He has a lot of different just like secretive things that he really does not want to get out. I feel like with him, he has some very strange kinks, like sexual kinks about himself, but like even the kinks that it is that he does, like they're not even all sexual. I really can't explain it. Like heavy manipulation type energy about him. Very manipulative, very cunning, very conniving. And you really don't see it coming with him until, you know, he attacks. He's a very strong communicator with this networker card coming out. With this networker card coming out. That's a tongue twister. But yeah, very strong communicator. That's why he has such a very strong influence on people. But he has a particular target when it does come to his influence. And I'm not just speaking about the whole 25-year-old thing, just in general. Like he knows who he can get over on and who it is that he can't get over on. He's very good at negotiating his business contracts and things like that as well. I'm picking up on. He has very strong allyship with the people that help to run him as, you know, as this A-list person. Like he has very strong relationships and connections and trust when it comes to them, and they trust him to an extent as well, but not to the extent of trusting this person with their life. So it's like, so for example, let me give like an example. So he trusts them enough to keep his secrets until, you know, they are maybe called to the carpet to reveal some of those things in a, you know, in high court or something like that. Child Orphan. He's a very detached person. And I was picking up that on the Mediator, the Femme Fatale, and the Networker, like this first row. He's very detached. And a lot of that goes back to his childhood. So maybe if I remember, we can even get into that to see. But I usually don't pay attention to the attributes in the card, but I'm feeling called to read the attributes on this particular card. So the light attributes of this card says independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. And the shadow attribute is feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. So that I feel like is going back to that 25-year-old thing, you know, that he has. So even that answer already is kind of coming out in the reading, which is the reason why he might not like, he doesn't like people or like to date women over the age of 25, or he dumps them right after that too. But also, even though he's very intelligent, very intellectual, and very articulate, I feel like there is, like what this card is talking about, like some like some growth being stunted within him. I feel like he doesn't have a really good, is he adopted? I feel like he might be adopted, and not because it says orphan, but I feel like he might be adopted, or the people, or his parents, the people that raised him are not his actual birth parents. I don't feel like, and I say it like that because the people that he thinks are his parents are not his actual real parents. There's somebody else in the family. So I feel like maybe like an aunt raised him, or a grandmother or a grandfather. It's like some young person gave him, like whoever birthed him, gave him away to older people in the family, or other more mature people in the family, to hide his, or to hide the fact that, you know, she had a baby young or something like that. You know how like some families do stuff like that. That's what I feel like he kind of comes from. And so he found that out, and so he's a little bit detached from that a little bit. That's where some of that detachment and that manipulation kind of stems from, him being lied to about his identity already as like a child, and coming of age and realizing, you know, his parents are not his actual parents, but it's actually like who he thinks his aunt is actually his mother, like some type of situation like that. With the Queen card, he's very intuitive, very psychic, like him own self. I feel like he has prophetic dreams a lot. I feel like a lot of the inspiration that he may get, you know, because isn't he like a director too? Doesn't he direct stuff? I don't know. I've only seen like his actual movies. But I feel like different ideas that he may get from for scripts or how to act out a character, a lot of those things come to him or flow through him in his dream state. And so he uses that energy to channel it into his actual roles, and things like that. Very, very, very psychic, very prophetic. I feel like people call him for advice in relation to that, like to that particular gift that it is, you know, that he has. But he's also very controlling, I feel like, as well. It can be kind of a dictator. With the Monk and Nun card, I feel like with this card, I'm hearing that he feels like he is above reproach and he is above other people. That's like what I'm hearing with this card. I feel like even in relation to like some of his family members, I don't know how he grew up, but I'm feeling like with some of his family members who may be poor or even like not who, or even not necessarily just poor, but even like if they're just working class people, I feel like he likes to detach from that side of himself because they are not good enough for him. He does not like to be attached to that identity very much. He likes to mention it as kind of like a rags to riches type thing, but he does not like to dwell on it. And I don't feel like he visits or talks to them often, and I feel like they can be kind of hurt by that. With the Destroyer card, he has very strong creation energy. Like I said, going back to that Queen card about him being very prophetic, this card and the Queen card kind of go hand in hand in relation to his personality and his character, because he recognizes the power and things like that that he has, and even the influence that it is that he has, even with this Networker card. And so he does not mind burning bridges that really do not help him in any way. I feel like he's abusive too with this Destroyer card coming out. I would not be, yeah, he's like, he low-key abusive. No, not low-key, he high-key. He high-key abusive. He's not anybody that people should be around. Like women should be around, even men. He does not know how to talk to people. He talks down to people that it is that he feels like he can manipulate and different things like that. And it's funny because the shadow attribute of this card says intoxication with destructive power, destroying other people's dreams and potential. Yeah, definitely him. Child Divine, this just reiterates him being very psychic and different things like that, and trying to put up a pure front as if, you know, he is this good guy, but really he's not. Leo is very dark, y'all. Like, I'm picking up that, like, he is a very dark and destructive person behind the scenes. He is not how he presents himself at all. Like, at all. And very secretive too, like, because it's like, even with the energy that it is that I'm picking up on him outside of the cards, it's almost like he has this this shield, or like this force field of protection around him to like shield whatever it is, you know, that he does behind closed doors. He has a very strong what is it called, like an invisibility cloak. You know, he kind of has like an invisibility cloak over himself and over any dealings and things like that that he has. With the Athlete card, I feel like, again, this is just reiterating his misuse of power. And with the Seeker, I've already mentioned that he's intelligent. And so this card right here is just reiterating, you know, him being a very wise person, very articulate, very communicative, and things like that. He knows how to talk to people depending on the person to get what it is that he wants out of them. So when I say he is a really good communicator, even though he talks down to people, he knows how to use his words. He knows how to string together a sentence to get what it is that what he wants out of people. And he does that by making them feel less than in different ways. or talking them up, you know, if it's a person, oh, sorry, the camera's shaking so much, or talking them up if it's a person that is more influential or more impactful, you know, than he is. He, you know, he knows how to talk them up and things to get what it is, what he wants. So now let's get into the cartomancy. Let's get into the playing cards to see what else. So let's see. What question am I going to answer? First, I'm going to answer this is, what is Leonardo's, what is his influence in the industry? Is he a puppet or a power player? What is his position in the industry? Is he like a diddler? Or is he like a Clive Davis? Or is he somewhere in between? What is his influence in the industry? Is he a puppet or a power player? Or both? Queen of Diamonds. He got the queen in the personality deck. Queen of Diamonds, Nine of Spades, and the Ace of Diamonds. So he is like a scout. I feel like he works for or not works for, but he works with some type of scouting agency, or he has his own agency or something like that, like where he scouts new talent and different things like that. But it's not with the intention of actually bringing talent in. It's with the intention of having more people, I feel like, to take advantage of. But yeah, like he has his own agency, or he either took over someone else's spot in the in like the talent agency, and I'm feeling like it's like one of the biggest talent agencies that there may be in Hollywood. So y'all put that down in the comment section. I feel like there may be like maybe a top 3 talent agencies, and he is over, I want to say maybe the second highest, the one that brings in like the most talent, or has the most people that go through it or have come out of it and be like successful. I feel like he's in the second one. Queen of Diamonds, Son of Spades, and the Ace of Diamonds. Yeah, he's in charge of bringing in new people into the circle and different things like that. 10 of Diamonds, 6 of Diamonds, and the King of Spades. He's not a puppet. He's definitely a power player. I will say that. So I'm not saying that you're going to find him in the situation that Diddy, is in. But most that we will get about him is just some of his shady dealings and things like that coming to the light. But as far as him being prosecuted and like all that stuff like that Diddy going through, we're not gonna see that. I'm not seeing that we're gonna see that with Leonardo DiCaprio. Instead, it will just be he will just be held in the court of public opinion and different things like that. Yeah, 10 of Diamonds, 6 of Diamonds, and then the King of Spades. Yeah, he has what is this? He has a lot of like spiritual protection around him, but as well as like legal protection and things like that too. Like he's not gonna find himself in he has the protection of whatever organization or society that it is that he belongs to.